Next up, we've got Aya from Nord Consulting, who's going to talk about how you should stop guessing about your impact with this modern approach to social return on investment.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for all the wonderful presentations. If there's one thing we learned, it's that nonprofits do important work every single day. They improve people's lives in very concrete ways, but putting that impact into words and more importantly into numbers is not always straightforward. So today I want to talk about a simple, modern way to address this challenge using social return on investment. So for a quick introduction, my name is Aya. I'm currently a student at McGill University, and I'm co-president of Nord Consulting, which is a pro bono consulting organization. We work with nonprofits to help them better understand their impact using data and technology. And we've delivered over 40 projects with over 1,400 students engaged the last 10 years that went on to join some of the top consulting firms. So before I get started, I want to share with you a quick story from my first year at Nord Consulting, when we helped secure our client a $300,000 grant in funding. And so this funding was not the result of launching new programs or expanding services. It was simply that the work being done was the same, but the way it was communicated and the way the impact was measured was different. So this brings me to a social return on investment. There's often a disconnect between what nonprofits measure and what funders are looking for. So nonprofits typically track output, such as how many people they serve or how much money they spend. And these metrics are definitely important, but they don't fully capture the impact. Funders, on the other hand, are interested in long-term outcomes. They want to know whether programs improve quality of life and reduce reliance on public services. So an SROI, or social return on investment, is a method that helps organizations answer the following question. For every dollar invested, how much social value is actually created? So an SROI provides a structured way to answer this question. And the process begins by identifying the outcomes of a certain service, then collecting data to measure the extent of those changes and those impacts, and then finally, using financial proxies to assign monetary value to these outcomes. And usually this is expressed in terms of cost savings. So now I'm going to be walking you through the application of our SROI tool with a recent client, which was a food bank. So as mentioned, the first step is to gather data to feed the tool. And so we collected responses from over 100 individuals, including both current and past users of the program. And one of the clearest outcomes appeared in food security. So while individuals were actively using the service, the number of meals skipped per week decreased significantly. And we also observed that there were long-term levels of engagement, which basically just proved that the program is meeting a real and an ongoing need. So then, aggregating all of this data and by conducting some very detailed analysis, we were able to come up with a final result, which showed that for every dollar invested, the program was able to generate approximately $5.40 in social value. And as you can see in the following slides, I will save you from the headache, but we went through a lot of mathematical reasoning in order to come up with that number. We also did a lot of assumptions using financial proxies, adjustments, just to make sure that everything is accurate. And so once again, I just want to reiterate that using these tools help quantify impact. It translates the outcomes into value and then communicates the impact more clearly. So that being said, thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to check us out on Instagram and don't hesitate to reach out if ever you want to learn more about what we do. You can reach out to me using my personal email. Thank you very much.